Raven is a 19th century mystery thriller that follows Edgar Allan Poe, played by John Cusack, as he and a few detectives try and unravel the mystery behind a new copycat killer who is using Poe's stories as inspiration. Excited yet? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll be honest, I went into this movie expecting a slam dunk. I love Edgar Allan Poe, I love John Cusack, I even love undersaturated period pieces. But for some reason, I couldn't bring myself to love this movie. It wasn't bad, it was just, eh. The visuals and costumes were stunning. Certain shots took me aback for a second due to the pure beauty of it all. The movie was also peppered with little Easter eggs for all you Poe fans out there, which I thought was a lovely touch. Alice Eve gave a stellar performance as Poe's love interest, and big surprise, John Cusack was just as handsome and charming as ever, even with the eccentric hair. It also had the gore and creep-out factor for sure. Throughout the whole movie, people were dying gruesome deaths and being buried alive. This movie should have had my heart pumping with excitement, but instead, it just didn't. I wanted nothing more than to like this movie, but the fact of the matter is, it was boring. I can't put my finger on one specific thing I didn't like about this movie. It just wasn't all there. It was like getting a half-eaten cake on your birthday. Really though, if you love period piece mysteries, Edgar Allan Poe, Tim Burton-esque gore, and easy-to-follow plot lines, then you should go see this movie. It clearly was made for a specific audience, so if you find yourself within that audience, then go for it. Also, I think everybody should check it out on Netflix and Redbox once it hits stores. I'm truly disappointed to say this, but at the end of the day, if you're just an average Joe college kid, then this movie just wasn't worth the price of admission for you.
This was a waste of time. This movie was a waste of my time. Yeah. I'm bitter about it. I mean, I love John Cusack, and so I wanted to like the movie so much, but it wasn't cohesive. It was boring. I was bored.
It was really boring.
It was aesthetically, it looked good.
Yeah.
So if it were a series of photographs, I'd be like, oh, that's great to look at. But it was a boring, fragmented, like the gore that they had, that they did sprinkle in there, just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, I see what they did with like the stories that he has. He does have some pretty gory stories, but the way that they did it, I mean, it was just like really cool scenes, like the cool opening shot in the park, and then the cool Pit in the Pendulum scene, and like all those really cool scenes, but then those were cut up with like just really boring dialogue from out of left field that has nothing to do with Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, that's the thing that bothers me also, is that they try to find this medium between like gory thriller and, you know, a piece of Edgar Allan Poe fan fiction, basically.
Yeah.
And they don't achieve either, because it's not scary enough. Like, I am terrified of blood and gore, and every time
some of his stuff is really scary.
Well, some of the stuff is like his writing or the movie.
His writing.
Yeah, his writing,
yeah.
terrifying,
right.
Terrifying.
His writing.
But I'm one of those people that has to like take off my glasses and like shy away. But this didn't scare me. It didn't excite me. And the Edgar Allan Poe bit, it wasn't admirable.
Enough,
it wasn't strong, right?
So there you have it. Not really worth it, but if it's something you're into, then totally go check it out. If you liked this review, or even if you didn't, check out our other reviews and interviews on youtube.com/thepriceofadmission. Comment on the review and tell us whether or not you think that The Raven is better or worse than Edgar Allan Poe's original stories.